I'm Huon Hooke, and this is The Real Review. So I'm about to taste the Philip Shaw Shiraz number 89, it's called, 2018 vintage. It's from 900 metres altitude, this vineyard, very high altitude vineyard. So it's quite a marginal viticultural area for Shiraz. And in those sorts of climates, Shiraz is often more spicy, more elegant, more perfumey, but not as big boned or full bodied as it is from, say, the Barossa or McLaren Vale. And we smell it, it's got a really spicy and slightly meaty character about the nose, which is very typical of cool climates. The meatiness comes from, I think, stalks in the fermentation, so there's been a bit of whole bunch fermentation in there. The orange region, of course, goes up to 1,000 metres in altitude. It's between 600 and 1,000, and this is at 900, so it's getting up into pretty chilly country. What can I tell you about this wine? I think it's Philip Shaw is one of the great characters of the wine industry. He worked for South Corp. He worked for Rosemount firstly, and he was their chief winemaker for many years. And while he was at Rosemount, he planted his vineyard at Coomaloo in the Orange region. And it was quite a mature vineyard before he started putting out wine under the Philip Shaw label. He left Treasury or South Corp by that stage, started his own business, Philip Shaw Wines, and produced these wines with these rather random bin numbers. What does number 89 mean? I haven't the faintest idea what it means, but it doesn't matter. I get the feeling that all of his wines, which are named after numbers, are a bit random, but then Philip is a bit random himself. He's quite an interesting fellow, Philip. He's now left the winery to his sons, Damien and Daniel, and he's gone off to do his own thing elsewhere. So they're now running the winery very capably. Philip's now in his 70s, and he's decided he's going to have one big last hurrah at the wine industry and started his own thing. But it's Philip Shaw Wines are still very much in the capable hands of the family. And Shiraz, they're probably most famous for their Chardonnay, and but I think Shiraz is coming up fast on the inside lane. It's a beauty. And it certainly has that. It's fresh without being acidic or tart. Elegant, lively, lots of energy in that wine. Really lovely spicy flavours. Red fruits as well. Red fruits rather than black. The tannins are fine and quite persistent, but not dominating at all. The wine is balanced so that you can drink it now, but it will age beautifully as well, I'm sure. We rated this wine 95 points, which is very high. In the Orange region, it rates second out of the 16 2018 vintage Shirazes we've tasted from the region, which means it has a top rank status with us. That means it's in the top 25% of the wines. The food match, I think just about any of the lighter style red meat dishes, but lamb would be perfect with this. The winery recommends lamb with spiced plum sauce. Not sure exactly what the spices would be, but doesn't matter. I think anything with spice in it goes well with a wine like that. So you could rub it with spices before you grill it, if it's a lamb backstrap or something. Spicy wines go with spicy foods very well.